Dr. Quinn, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us why you should get tested for COVID-19, even if you are highly convinced your symptoms are just your usual allergy symptoms.
Well, Jade, I want to tell you about a patient that called me about a week ago. Now, this lady, she is very, very responsible. She got both of her coronavirus vaccinations when it was time to get it. She's up for her booster. And basically, she called to let me know that she had a little runny nose, itchy eyes, a little bit of a sore throat, and a little bit of sneezing. And she basically conveyed that she was going to go ahead and get some antihistamines like a Zyrtec or Claritin, and she just wanted to know which one was the best, and also wanted me to confirm she didn't really need to be tested. But I reminded her, I said, look, you work in a nursing home with a lot of senior citizens. A lot of them have chronic medical conditions, and they're vulnerable. If they get coronavirus, it could take their life. And I also reminded that even though you've been vaccinated, you could have what's called a breakthrough infection, where you can still contract coronavirus, but have very mild symptoms. And it's true that you could have allergies, but it could also be coronavirus, a mild case. So she came by and we sent a nurse out to her car and we tested her. It was positive. And we took her off work for a couple of weeks. The bottom line is you still need to get tested, because even though if you've had your vaccinations, you'll probably get a mild infection, you can still be a carrier and you can take it to someone else who has not been vaccinated, or someone that's very vulnerable that can lose their life. And just want to know, you could even get tests from Walmart over the counter. For about $20, you can get 2 tests, but let's get tested and let's be safe.
Yeah, those are easy to just pick up some of those tests now that you can do that. And what are some differences between COVID-19 symptoms and fall seasonal allergies?
Well, I mean, just a rule of thumb, I spoke with an allergist and she conveyed that, basically allergies, you get the itchy eyes, the runny nose, maybe a little bit of congestion in the head, maybe a little sneezing. That's very typical. And usually with coronavirus, it's more of the lower respiratory system. You'll typically get the chest congestion, the cough, maybe some body aches. You can have the loss of taste and smell, but also you can have some GI symptoms, and you want to look for fever. Fever is a telltale. It's more likely coronavirus or a more serious infection than just allergies, but still get tested.
And the flu, you've been seeing some flu cases there. Is it hard to distinguish the flu from COVID and also allergies?
It is hard. It's very hard, because the flu now, that's a deal. It has a lot of the same symptoms as your coronavirus, also your common cold, and a lot of other things that are going around right now during this time of year. But with the flu, you can have the respiratory with the cough, the congestion, the body aches. You can even have those GI symptoms such as your nausea and diarrhea that you can get with coronavirus. And you can also have that fever that signifies it could be the flu or coronavirus or a bacterial infection. But the take home is get tested. But also note, with coronavirus, you still have that typical loss of taste and smell, which is kind of distinctive to a coronavirus. But I still say get tested, and most places are testing for both.
There's a lot going on out there, Dr. Quinn. You got to keep us all well, right?
There it is. And get that flu shot too.
Yeah, that's another good reminder. Got to get that. All right, Dr. Quinn, we'll be right back. Stay with us.